First, a goodbye to Ebenezer Hanks, who the town is named after. He died here in 1884 at the age of 89 after falling off a roof. The cemetery is nearby. These hoodoos are carved from an ancient Entrada geological layer that is 180 to 250 million years old. Its red color is created by tiny elements of iron oxide, hematite, that coat sand pebbles. As it oxidizes, rust, it turns red. But you may ask, what about that white layer? Is it calcium, talc, or what? Actually, it is none of those. When it was buried millions of years ago, at some locations, a liquid would flow through a section of this Entrada soil. It was chemically laden, consisting of a mixture of hydrocarbons, methanes, organic acids, etc., add hydrogen sulfide and maybe carbon dioxide. These minerals effectively bleach those red pebbles, leaving them a white color. The puzzling aspect here at Egypt is that they are perfectly bounded horizontal layer. That is, it appears as a deposit rather than a random dispersion. The next question is, why is this area named Little Egypt that's way off in Africa? Our personal theory follows. Early pioneers at the southern tip of Illinois named that small area Little Egypt because it was comparable to Egypt's Nile Delta. This is in the 1830s. Therefore, one of the towns there is named Cairo and another Thebes. The local Mississippi and Ohio River areas were considered comparable to Egypt's Nile River. The next event is called the Winter of Deep Snow. During 1830 and 1831, Christmas time, is when snow fell continuously for weeks. Snow drifts 15 to 20 feet high, followed by freezing rain, winds, and temperatures 12 degrees below zero. Animals died and food became scarce. Food and grain from the south was sent north. The pioneers recalled a passage from the biblical Genesis, comparison to Egypt. In the Bible, Jacob's family and others purchased grain from Egypt due to an extended drought. That's in Genesis 42:1 through 49:29. This is our theory of how Little Egypt's name arrived. The Mormon religion was created by Joseph Smith at Palmyra, New York, with the publication of the Book of Mormon in March 1830. Because there was deviation from King James' New Testament version, the followers were prosecuted and forced to leave Palmyra to various cities westward, but persecution continued. In 1839, they finally settled in a swampy area south of St. Louis and drained the swamp. They named it Nauvoo, that became very successful, having a population of over 20,000. That led to local population and the state to persecute them again, including burning their homes. Also, their prophet Joseph Smith was murdered. Under new leadership of Brigham Young, it was decided that all Mormons abandon Nauvoo and settle in Utah, based on John C. Fremont's exploration of that area. That migration started in February 1846, cold winter. At that time, Utah was part of Mexico. Mormons hoped that they would be forever free from U.S. persecution, and harassment. Mormons eventually settled here in 1882, drifting down, of course, from Salt Lake City, naming the town Graves Valley. In 1885, it adopted the name Hankesville after Ebenezer Hanks, who joined the migration to Utah in 1846. That may be the link why this area is named Little Egypt, as Ebenezer and others knew of Little Egypt in Illinois, and this area probably resembled that area. If time permits, we recommend driving south to milepost 28.3, where the Irish slot canyons are located. These are true slot canyons that are very deep, very narrow, and colorful. Complexity varies from simple walking to serious rope rappelling. See reference book for more information.